interchange will result in free movement. President says at sword cutting ceremony, page 16. If you boss hotel, walking kind of do baby now about lots of stories on PDS. Okay. Now, President Nana Akufo-Addo has cut the sort for the construction of the Obichibi-Lamte interchange in Accra to help address the congestion commuters who use the roundabout phase and help improve mobility on the Ring Road corridor. The project will have a 3-tier interchange with the ground level having a remodeled roundabout, while the second tier will be an east-to-west flyover linking the Graphic Road to the Kaneshi-Malam Road, that is the Dr. K. Buzia Highway. Addressing enthusiastic chiefs, shop and property owners around the project site just before the sword cutting, the president said the third tier will be a north-south flyover on the Ring Road West, which would link the Ring Road from the Royal House Chapel to the Central Mosque at Abosoka. He stated that critical drainage structures around the roundabout would be upgraded under the project, saying that was necessary to reduce the incidence of flooding at the roundabout. The first phase of the work will be completed in 18 months, 18 underlined. Now, in respect of supervision, the president says he urged the contractor to pay full attention to employers' requirements, which were clearly spelled out in the contract, and called on the Ministry of Roads and Highways to ensure that the contractor worked to realize that he said that was necessary to guarantee value for money for the investment the government was making. In respect of funding, the president announced that the Ministry of Finance had released $2.2 billion to the Ministry of Roads and Highways for the payment of works done by road contractors across the country as part of moves to improve cash flow for contractors and ensure that those who were not at the construction sites returned to complete their projects. I am directing the Ministry of Roads and Highways to monitor closely the performance of every contractor engaged by the government. I have instructed the ministry not to hesitate to terminate the contract of non-performing contractors, he stated. Okay. Akwan bidim so amampani ka ho asem say akwan bidim so ho a mobehwe na omaye. They include the dualization of the School Junction Road at Adekye. And also the dualization of the School Junction Road at Adekye, which is okay. So which is 95% complete. Oh, okay. All right. The Echo Zoom line on Hono na esono. The Dome Taifa Road, which is 60% complete. Lekma Road with one of the 2 carriageways expected to be completed by the end of the year, while the concrete roads in Tema are 50% complete and will be completed by March next year. So enough of that story. Now, PDS plays public opinion. Think tanks, political actors reject restrictive tendering. The government's decision to abrogate the power concession agreement with power distribution services has elicited strong reactions from some energy sector think tanks and political actors. The Institute of Energy Security and the biggest opposition party, the NDC, have welcomed the cancellation of the stinky contract, but said the decision raises critical questions for the government and the Millennium Development Authority to answer. Some of the questions raised were the appropriateness of the government decision to use restrictive tender to select a replacement for PDS and its reluctance to prosecute persons involved in the fraudulent PDS deal, the graphic says. Now, the Africa Center for Energy Policy, which had earlier questioned the propriety of the agreement, however, did not want to comment on the abrogation of the contract, saying it was yet to study the document announcing the government decision to cancel the contract with PDS. Question back one if you to me empire sense you say aban etwa contract ni mu ana
ana say o intent adwempon say obetwam
because so far obi ehun say ya trocrat bi akwa koma PDS for say ya twa
the meeting say aban wo timupo bi intent bi say
afei sa letter na free Ministry of Finance na ye Kemfura times in the shase no. Was it a letter meant to be released? These are questions I'm for.
Ebisa.
Aha. You know, me who say, and I'm passing MCC for so actually na. Me just say we me na some ma. You know we are ebeboa ma ye nkomo no ayede ti efe minya ma ona bobo so kakra na menhwe ne aka no so
okay graphic de obokrata enu na mede ehyasie na wo hwe de obokrata na anim ho a asema wo kan nyina ene se aban enam omampanyin so de betu dwa enura a wo ka se contractor aban ene PDS ewo no watwam ya terminate ena ebi mu so ka se asomampanyin se owadwempo bi se obetwam nti eno konkon ho na eno no se ekoba ne sa no amma ensam na yedeja enti opposition na manyoko NDC ana eko bi a edi Institute of Energy Security wo mo frase ebisebisa nsem bebre edi fa PDS ene aban deal yi ehom na ensemisa wo mbisa ne ebi ene se anye bi aban gina ya wo siese se PDS ni ho a wo be pefofo de aba be hye PDS anem na eno nso omiem ento kakraka so obi a wo pese wo be predi na anasa obe pre-contract no bra na fa onkrata ebra na me obe ni nipa kuya baby restrictive tendering no wo se eno so ho asem empanyifo ebisa pa na omanfo so ntia se se na se deal yi na fakadam ne niema bi ehyehyem na entwa yi a den si aban kwan se asemasi asuoko obenten na wo ka ho bi odwumadi a wodi ye anko yi kra etia mra enti ya do be famra kwan so na wo se ye kyewa ya kyew e wo se wokodem a wakodem na nka ya desua de am omanfo nyina ehu bi wo se no so ye hu se aban etu anamon e wo sa kwan no eso enti eno ene ensem bi na opposition NDC for ene African Center for Energy Policy ASEP o mefrase a wo bi se bisa ho nsem sanye bi akra so na sa deal nimpo ehu nya esan so mu ni se kataso mumu so ene kululu bebre ekoso a e de bepem enne wo mu nyanya ensemisa bebre anu yi enti eno na graphic aboboso kakra e o katafa etoso biensa Medaso wo graphic de obokrata no emomeko krata fa etoso edu ensia omampanyin na adodan kwakufo ado beto dwa se enura watwa homam abie kwama to se obeche bi lamte interchange yenye ewo enkran na omampanyin se yeye interchange na ebebo adehye a wo mudi akone aba ne ahemfre ewo sampotam wonyina ama traffic ano aba fom papa ede ama adehye a ewo empotam ho afen nsusu no ebemma eho akone ebedie na akohyew eniema bekoyi pa se enika no mampanyi se dwumadie ne fa edi nkan no wo hwe kwan se contractors no de afe ene abosumi nsia afe ene abosumi nsia na ebedi se dwumadie ne fa edi nkan awie kama ama bibia atumi awie peye ene wo ka se ebe ne sika fem so a asoye hwe sika sem ntoto yeso no wo mo di sika 2.2 billion Ghana cedis ama asoye hwe akwan ne akwantempon won sem so se contractors o medi dwuma horo wo abani dim Ghana fa na nyina yencheche no sopi obia yentua ne ka se de be ya wo mo mate akoda wo mo maso mo mfidi agu efie a wo munye ndwuma no ye betumi atua saafo ni nyina eka ama wo ho atumi ahare wo mo eno mampanyin se wase hye Ministry of Roads akwan ene akwantempon aso ye ne se wo momfa okode aniwa eni akwan agoro a ye wo meya fa na nyina echi contractors a wo munye adwuma nso emma enye omoden se ye be yi omo afiri ho anase ye beje contract no afiri wo mo ensem wo se ekoba nsa beboa ama wo mo eda anase wo mo awia no ya suja egu omo so madwumedi a o man hwe kwan se ombedi no watumi edi amaye graphic
if you yanko daily guide because assembly of why ebedi ho nkomo page 4 of the daily guide we are Zoom Lion for contracts very interesting you be ka ho asem e wo ha se wotia na obi hu na mini kan mo no so kra ncho
okay
the Jospon group of companies and we page 6
okay
with the help of the Hungarian government has secured the facility for some development projects in Ghana. Together with its Hungarian partners, Puerto Rico, the group concluded discussions and signed a $20.2 million euro contract. If you had that would see the construction of the Takrady and Tamale wastewater treatment plants to treat wastewater from fecal waste into reusable water in the two cities.
Wow.
And
very interesting. Okay. Daily guide obokrata krata fetosu ensia enemigine na dia guide ediaba ene say Jospon group of companies wo mabomodian ene Hungarian aban ana hungry aban edi nkitahu bi ewontiase akwan so ama enam so wo monsa akasika eye 20.2 million euros na wo modi ba baye empuntunyuma ewo Ghana ha enti omni hungry partners a eye ejumeko efe ne Pureco na eba bedi djuma etise yi na say sika ya wo monsa ka o monsa hye contract no ase no de o de be ne say takrade ene tamale waste water treatment plants na che se mfidi ahoro wo ho a ensuo bi ti say adwonso agyanan ene ade no wo mo be dane ni nyina ene o de be fa mfidiem no mo di nuro asusom na che se ebe wiase no yatumi enya ensu papa afrim e de adidwuma ti
if you are your project coordinator.
Thank you.
The first time me who said no be 2016.
Wow.
Me too kwa na me kwa no mo chire me say. Bibi sa no mo ye no. No mo yi nsuo no bi ma yen say yen kan hwe.
Kan hwe. Na ye dey.
Obi ahwe no me say me ya na ma no.
Ti wo no me ana wa no.
Ah.
Oh, me dey menom. You say ya no ma.
Any project. After page 4. KTI students on rampage. Why, for those of you who do not know, I ever taught as a tutor at KTI. KTI. Ewo amakum na me kire English.
Kenke bi she hopa dia mabedi.
All right.
I
didn't know about that. Okay. I see. KTI ni na wayek.
Sa.
Now fast ha.
Ura how grace baptist ona. Na dokru bi she dia mabedi.
Some ho.
Afese what ya. Kenke bi she ho abedi papa.
There were chaotic scenes at the KTI Kumasi Technical Institute, which reportedly resulted in injuries and destruction to several properties on Sunday evening. A certain housemaster of the school had insisted that the students should wear the prescribed uniform of the school during prep hours, KTI. And that sparked anger among the students. The angry students, according to reports, did not spare anything on site as they caused massive destruction to several properties on the hitherto peaceful campus. The windscreen of vehicles were smashed, air conditioners and several other properties were also destroyed by the rampaging students. At a point, the angry students turned their anger at their housemasters as they pelted them with stones, injuring one housemaster in the process. Sensing danger, housemasters were said to have run to save their lives. If you have to assume
na yejinai amanebo wode etudwa ene se nano kwesiada anwumre de na eye pani kosha de e wo Kumasi Technical Institute aye trinity afreno KTI ni nyina ne sa asem ni fie o e na house master ba kokko pen ho asem so wo be sha adusuafo nse ai ya momo uniform sonku bia se wo kɔ prepper anwumre du a wo kɔ prepper akwakosuya de no chinchin ache esukufo ne hyesa uniform sonku na wo ya school no e de ama wo nti wo hye wo mo se ekwan bia so sa uniform wo mo ense na oni mesukufo ye nse wo mo ye korokoro wo mo enti kwa ye nse no mukoko apai enom se ne yebu mefudi aden ka no esi wo no behu a windscreen no mabobo no we air conditioner o matoto aboabrum no mase no afede o mo sese ne ma ekowi ase o mo house masters wo abeka wo mo wo a wonka wo mo ye hu a ye si wo bo te Steven no enti o se ekoba ne sa no house masters ni nyina obi edimrika enne namro mumrika pa ekope ba bi ede ne ho ahye anaso okope ba bi abo ne ho adwa enti na chese de ekoso wo KTI na no kwese de na nwumre eno no ekowi ase komo fra prosifo ma prosifo ba o se de bayi a na asukunfo se de o mobuafu na wo mo sese niema no aprosifo beba ho no matumi abadwodwo wo akoma enti ekowi ase o se aprosifo bo modin aba ho na wo mo chi adusuafo no mo ye sakasaka de basabasa no wo mo chi wo mu edu o macho mu du se ni o mu de o mu yo mu gangalia na o mu di animu o mu sese niema na o mu hyehye ties ye niema basa e wo sukumu nti o macho mu edu e na menhia divisional police commander ACP Kwakubu a e de ato se e yampa afekwa de nkom de o mani besi dormitories ne house masters bungalows ene ade enzu tim senka prosifo anko wontema enka de ye kan kwa enye ni se ye chimu daily guide Oh, okay.
There was a time if you are to assume the next story,
okay, Martin. Na metroso e wo daily guide de obokrata no enoa emudia ene na me bakrata fa etoso emiensa asema daily guide edi tudwa ene say die flyovers anase interchanger ye e wo enkran no amache se omanfo adwim aye he na debate ankasa na amema no homene so e wo omayi emo omanfo bebre na ebisa se so flyovers anase interchanger ya aban ehwe e ma ye no so ehun sika ana bua esom no eye ema oman no ana so sa fedi yetua ema ebekwa ko wiase ni aye misto otua yetua ama abro so e no manfo keka no mse ahụ wa hunu ye hunu mprenu eso enti ye onokwa no no obeche bilamte interchange ya ye ba beye aban no hwese wo mbe sei sika bumbi na enkwa ye te se omampan da John Dramani Mahama ene ne NDC apenso ekwa wiase kwa menkoma circle interchange aka Dubai ekwa wiase ebua ye bo ni boom edi ma Ghana for say yeseye ewo ho no na chese ehwehwe asom enti Ghana for frase ebo aban ne kokko say ye hu bi pen ma wo ma no ntoso mpre no o mampan dada Mahama pen so no Dubai obo manfo ka papa America sika twitwidie na aban de betu dwa say eye ka wabo ho enti sa bre ya o mampan adodan kokufo ado na pen so nso wo so obeye obechi bi lamte interchange no won hwe say ebo anase sika o man be say wo ho no esefata na ebesom ye bo sade interchange no ebesi aye no ene ehun sika enko pepepepe anya sade anache so manfo ene aban no ewo bi eka daily guide e de ababetu edra kata feto so miensa wan so ene wo che say se na anu ade ya NDC for the sobo ebo NPP say wo mo traini emrante akintina wo bi wo embeti abobobobo macho men say so wo medi akon 2020 abai betu mu asutwawe o so wo meye den yo ama aban na babonti abeka say enye no kre na eno na daily guide e de ababetu say say omado asuko do asukwa da obonka tenbia do asuko abehun say NDC for apenso so some so training full soldiers enti so musu training full soldiers na omuso so de betima ka say asutwa training center hwa na course so enti so why e bi pen atwam ababi aba no no so ye bia tell it for that oh yeah na me so maye enti na che say the guide air can say NDC for so kan dia na wo mu susu ensusu nka esan say wo ma pen so no say full soldiers impo no so kwotete wo ma the same asutwa training center hwa na course so daily guide e de ababeto eja
if you are call the finder a also so shortcut no e bi e wo ho NDC kicks against restrictive tender to select ECG concessionaire and YEA to recruit 7,730 youth under schools support program. KTI shutdown after students agitation. So next round of NDC should start from the local government. Okay. I'm saying find out the Nsemia na obobo. So ewo higher and you know law enforcement the case of Medina then time okay. What I'm saying and also so ewo ha say if you yanko be before
yanko be before
when we before now because it appears say we na yanhwe MPP to elect 2020 presidential candidate on the 25th of April. Statesman.
Oh, okay.
Statesman. The NPP has set April 25, 2020 as the date to hold primaries to elect its 2020 presidential candidate. On the same day, the party will also hold parliamentary primaries in all the 169 constituencies where it has sitting members of parliament. A statement signed by the General Secretary of the party, John Boedu, cautioned the various potential aspirants to cease all campaign activities until nominations are open. Are you sure that they will listen? Evia? Ahead of these primaries, the party is cautioning prospective aspirants to desist from all forms of campaign activity until nominations are duly opened, else they risk being disqualified for flouting party activities. Directives. Okay. TM Fantasy CIS will be taught Tico. Tico credit as well.
Me will be a chetty.
Okay, the person taps. Now, or the coche, nani pictures be one.
I campaign now.
Campaign and your campaign.
Why? Why is the same campaign?
Oh, yeah.
Why? What about me? Pictures be one. Omiena no. And so say Bibi Kasamano. And yes, I didn't know only
no kasa bibi na kasa. Bibi na kasa.
Ah, Matthias.
French language to be introduced in upper primary. Professor Kwesi Yanka, the Minister of State in charge of tertiary education, has stated that under the new educational reforms, the French language is to be introduced in upper primary. Question back when we say French, no.
What's the idea?
Is that the aquachini?
Two page say.
Maybe not page 4.
Oh, okay. A bit more kind of fine, mum.
And I'm just saying, it's good, you know. But come here, I said, Mpaya hina in your opportunity. Adekye French, no. I'm not saying say you.
Yeah, but me to say.
Manu me no more French.
Mpaya hina yesa akonya Adekye.
But kasa ba konso a me encourage a man for say nka me kura metimi a say we sua ne Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the reason is that China for omodo so pa we ase.
Oh, okay.
Nti ye ka kasa emu nipa do so pa Chinese.
Chinese.
Say what me ya adwen sa?
Me no ya adwen. Na wo kran se ba no enyuma.
Adwadie ni ade
a ye ko ho bebre ko fa ne menti ye ti a nke be boa ye. It's not bad.
Ni how?
Na Ghana for aye pehuro bebre o mbe ka se o mo ka kwa be sere sa ye susia.
Nti ye nwene ho. Na be boa ye. Okay, if you are Bobo Bisu and I am okay. And now baby editorial.
Okay. Daily Searchlight the Bokrata enuni. NPP amanyuku a womo enna edi omei eso no wo chese mfitianse omo yensenka January 2020 eno mo primaries no womo beye edi ama mrahye bedwa fo a womo edaso a etete omo nkonwa so no enso General Secretary Emma Party no chese Emergency National Executive Committee nhwemudie bi koso na nhwemudie no ko awie no eno mo nyina adwen akobenkom se primaries no omo de be hyehye so April bosome ne da etoso aduonu enum 25th April afi 2020 ena ombesi saa ginayen primaries om de be hyehye so eno na Owura John Boadu ede atodwa se presidential primaries nso saa dana ena no nso omo beye no enti no ombesi ginayen dana se omampanyi adodan kwakufu adona na omi nse candidate anase fofo na omo de no eba ne no so saa dana ena MPP fo ebesi ginayen no na enum na wode kokobo emom se ebidu so dia omo nhwe kwan se obia ebe campaign ebedu so a campaign na NCZ wo ya kwa wo si season no na chese ne party no mra no ene ubedi se de se fata asotwe a ye de be ma se ban anasa esun bi na wo se ye de to so nso a na o behwe aye ne santi eno na Daily Searchlight e de aba e wo kata fan etoso emienu e wo de obokrata no moyin
Yanko Ghanaian Times page 25 fire raises down 70 shops in Kumasi. A blazing fire swept through a portion of the Kumasi Central Market and razed down about 70 shops, destroying products worth millions of Ghana cedis. The affected area, popularly known as French Line, if you have French Line, was the hub for mostly plastic containers, cosmetics, jute bags, among other highly inflammable products. Some traders suspected fishy deals to kind of pave way for the second phase of the Kumasi Kejetia Central Market Redevelopment Project, which is expected to commence from the affected area soon. And it's not possible.
On a Sasso, they are saying, can you find?
And a bit my yes, I already Makaso Bay. And already the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has handed over keys to some of the traders who are yet to relocate to the new Kejetia market. And this is the first fire outbreak this year, 2019, unlike in the past, when 2 or 3 fire cases were recorded in a year. Na sa French Line hono. If you alcohol near ma wo ho.
Near ma papa. Bottle, cosmetics, rubber.
Hotel, you try to say, you know.
A kiss of near ma
and dra or pedra dry it consume. And now maybe a friend of Brebef. It is soon fidie. Upebiata honor.
Near ma French Line. Near ma
near ma papa. Sikataho. A house of shop near kitting nipa shim. Papa. Well, so that's that. If you are Botswana,
Ghanaian Times the Bokrata Kratafen toso aduonum enemy gine. Arawo samasi e Kumasi dwakese mo chese enura e ba betu dwase eja ato French line. E dwane fa baby e for French line. Ama shops mako bese eduoson ahye dwerebe panie de shop owners no obia amfa bi emfi ne shop ho. Na niema okọ French line ho ayeton pa e rubber containers yi ebi cosmetics omuton bi ho bottle ahuru e wo dwane mu nyina e ho na obenya no any eniema bebre na ewo French line ho ntebe to dwase eja atom no na ya ahomete sempa wo chese besa ahomachi donko na ejan frase se ehye enti ehyeche wo hwese de ahyiama bibia ye grabu na chese eche se ehyeche papa na omanfo bi se yadwadefo bi se wo mu hu ne se eye nipa bi na omoboa pa akotwa eja to omo shops nim se de be ya ebeba kwan ama Kumasi KJT Central market dwumedi a omo edi ne fa etoso mienu no wahya ase ebi mzuzu wifo sori omo hyehye wokonum wia enti ebetima ba se wo mo wia o mano no num bi na wo manum na ekowia ase akofa oye na enti se e de abre adwadifo no na graphic Ghanaian Times ba mane se afi 2019 e hya ase a bedu October we de afi de dinkan eni ayate se eja ato Kumasi dwakesem French line eno no nanka wo de afi tutu emfie bi a etwema nkese se kra be de toso miensa na se de toso enan eno no na chese eyara enyenso ebeka nse eyara anti eno na Ghanaian Times e de abakata fa toso edununum
Yanko Kratifa toso and 9 BM government presents relief items cash to flood victims. Government has given 50,000 cedi cash as initial support to families who were affected by the recent torrential rains in the Upper East region to enable them put their lives back in shape. In addition to the cash, government has procured some relief items including rice blankets, cooking oil, mosquito nets and coil, soap, plastic buckets, basins, mats, mattresses, roofing sheets, maize and water purification tablets, among others, to be given to the victims. The Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia, made the donation at Manyuro in the Kassina Nankana Municipal of the Upper East region, where he empathized with the chiefs and people of the communities that were affected by October floods. Rice, blankets, cooking oil, mosquito nets, coils, soap, plastic buckets, basins, mats, mattresses, roofing sheets, maize, water purification tablets.
So family for me water purification tablets.
And now who here? Oh, yeah.
Na dey bio.
Me who one more. So who rice so cooking oil.
I don't know.
And me who.
See how my so me who one.
So the chief of Manyoro pay Dr. Peter Atudewe Atudipar Epakwea Manchi III expressed gratitude to government for the support being offered to his jurisdiction and said it would go a long way to assist them with immediate needs. The chief, who is also a law lecturer at the University of Ghana, Legon, appealed to government and other organizations to assist the affected families or communities to rebuild their homes in order to find shelter. At this juncture, me he kwan kura fia beswa so e de aboss edin no.
E di we de mama na ye me mo.
Obebo.
Ti mi mo.
Me pe wanya won tira me say
that. Say me hwehwe e di.
Extra paragraphs.
What paragraphs bebre Ava me hwehwe mi hu.
No, no credit. No credit.
Di we me dem abo.
If you make no credit, me say that.
What said that?
Me pe wanya won ti me so mu fidie.
Fidie we de me na yi o. Me ko me. Hey, asemo. Ghanaian Times the Bokrata Kasafe toso enan enie. On send and say ba betu odwa se ye call Upper East Mantam no emu a. Ensu bransem ye toto ya to so na mako ngochi. Oh na wochi emua ama de hye no ho ache mo papa esi ebi mu kra fa mu ti nananom ewo ensedo na eno na aban ehu safo nyina mobo wo ma eyiri fa wo ma wo nya baabi nna ene ade no aban ehu omobo wo de sika 50,000 Ghana cedis akọ sesa emusua ni nyina yemfa nso wo asene anso ho a ode niema bi ti se blanket bomo afi emo anwa mosquito net ne nsamna rubber bucket ombedware mu mattresses ombeda so nchense ebro ene chese enuru ombetumi dia ato omunsuo mu kra ama eni ate na wo mo anom ode akwakoye wo adoye na omampanya Adekye Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ene di niema nyina akoma akasena nankana municipal empanyifo Upper East Mantam emua mayoro hene aje wadase
Wenya papa ene na wonkoye
ti be yesa
wole mamembo message me ensan bi so na fe practice teacher constitution we are says agro well see doing ketia ne NDC fu ani so dodo too much. I want to ask the NDC what's their message for election 2020. They are demanding for the resignation of who? Then I said Ketia should resign first. How much did he sell something like his B blocks? Okay, meaning what that has gotten to do with the PDS. Abdullah Chonga Muhammad says that, good morning UTV, I'm watching you live from Kuwait. Thank you, Abdullah. Krokere says that, Junior Chero, free Krokere also will be answering UTV because the show is airborne, loud, live and clear here at Krokere. And then you're asking us to say hi to Man Pierrot, incoming assemblyman Angnoga, the only junior Chero, shatter the whole Ghana. Okay, also they are there, but I don't pay no. If you're away, I feel coming in here. Oh. When you're there, then I free.
It didn't mean to me more. And yes, I'm Ketwa.
Okay. Well, the finder says that it's now official. The Nana Akufo-Addo government has announced the termination of its power concession agreement with Power Distribution Services. In a statement, government said the decision to terminate the deal was taken in the U.S. on Friday with the secretary to the President Akufo-Addo, Nana Bidie-Atu, and officials of the Millennium Challenge Corporation. Eti ono dia na ode abano no. Nti owie na small car and say the electricity company of Ghana is a crucial national asset and we cannot allow anybody to toy with its destiny. Going forward, the finder expects America, which has long been seen as the standard bearer for democracy, to ensure that the second and final parts of the compact are duly implemented. After all, Ghana qualified for the Compact 1 and 2 on account of a relatively strong performance in good governance as a developing nation. And no one can take that from her, the finder.
Ghanaian Times, Michelle Semufo Adwimpo editorial. Kratafen toso enai. And no so edi afutu emma amanyofo say. Tribal politics. Amanyosema ye we free ha, we say we no. Watch say emwa, or say Ghana de, ye nyina ye nipa baako. Yen krabia ne ehyebre e baako. Enti se ye amanyosem dia, ne ye amanyosem se ye nyina ye nuafo a ye te ye ho as democracy. Na ye me ye amanyosem a we free ha, emfa nipa ntiti mu bia embante no so eye Semufo Adwempo a watwe amanyofo adwenesi so ewo Ghanaian Times de obokrata no emo.
Daily Guide essay, Daily Graphic essay. Said ye adesua ho nsem e ba fom no. Na nkoda akotro nso hwe a obetia na momodem no kon enya de papa. Na okansa asem we say bra Dr. Ibrahim Muhammad Awal. Unim se okọ Ghana Senior High School. Na okasa na okansa mpotemu ho. Results aya na free BC ni wase mu bare ya na enye. Na oyade osusu se ha adwen pa. Eno no so kansa sa de na ha adwen ha o mamu nyina adwen. Enti yenhwe na yenkanyan atichafo yenkanyan enkwada na omonte omo na omunsua de na ti asemo we okan asem person we say linked with the above is the notion that children who choose school over farming are sometimes considered lazy. Indeed, in many areas, education is still not considered a useful acquisition that can transform the quality of human resource for any future economic enterprise. Instead, it is regarded as an escape route from the hard work on the farm. It is worth acknowledging that there are more non-governmental organizations working in the educational sector in the north than any other part in the country. Tibisa say, Adenti na also about the side. I mean, for man to be there, if you can say, okay, Adisuaye. So better school musua. So better them working kind. Ehia pa. Titina. You won't be no more boxing. You won't ball. You won't if you do cry, the name of free intimate Kodaka. The name the
Omuntimin Naika Majumanico. Yeah.
Na Disuaye. Na mensa mo Ghana for Coco. Ye koye nimi. A dread you cry ye dear no. Say one me weni, one who had a homework to a dream. And the business man for be business mind. Contract no crowd no kind on you didn't say buy to any part no assign. No assign on Shashi. I also me and Biada. One we have a cock or sign ye sign. Since I be and the dear could do say PDS and once you. Enti Momayema Adisua and ye Adihia. Ne Huia pa will be now councils or person or the idea gun and ya or a pa fashion paper. Oh, chair. About the house, if you are Unimsa. Opa ya fancy can see book. Obi any obefa obi okakoi. Because obi ampe. Book na nkasa kra yempe. But ehu hia pa nti asema daily graphic dey atudwa and na no pay no afia wanya ne wo hen.
Menya chronicle.
To aso
Chronicle de Obokrata semufo adwempa odi aba e okata fa etoso ennan no oka media de obo yenjumedi a yedie wo senka e wo se yetumi ebo deruo na omanfo ye cheche omomo musua de deruo na mu no yede agigi wo mu ani deruo na mu yede ka de esi ede che omanfo enti se wo hwema de obofo yenjumedi esombo papa se yeye o radio so yede aba de Obokrata newspapers mu anase TV so se de yeye nyina no wo chese ehu hia ni kwan se ye toto na se e wo kwan bia eso enti ode futu e ma de obofo se eniema ya ehia e wo manfo asetene mu empotemu ene de bema omanfo adie nanka ede ensisa beba no ye ntwe adwen ensisa niema no mum eso ensin amanyosem na ebre bia ye hu se ye kasa e de ma dodro na wo ma no enu dwom no wo se ekoba ne sa nke betumi aboa papa ama e hawa omanfo enem no ye betena se a ya ka edi ama wo mama ka se ehwe TV maka ya se mama yen papa se se de ensakena for akwan ye de ano atumu bia ye deda se mpanyufo mehwema wo mo no mpanyufo enhwe na wo mu emedi hudwuma ema wo mo no sei e ka ye ndwumedi ahoro se se yetumi edi ne eboderu etwe mpanyufo adwene si eniema ekoso a enye no enu bi no for example inti eno na chronicle e de buy
the insights the na mpese be bosso or say Ankafo Psychiatric Nursing College cries for help when ye semufo adwempo we a story ankasa the Ankafo Psychiatric Nursing Training College in Cape Coast has appealed to the government to help expand its infrastructure and logistics to ease congestion in the dormitories and the classrooms. Mr. Simon Dogedong, I hope that I get the name right. The principal of the college said due to the increasing numbers of the students, the dormitories were overcrowded, posing a threat to their health and hampering effective teaching and learning. The school is facing accommodation challenges, limited space at computer laboratory, incomplete washrooms for females, and lack of transport for clinical health students. Intino ehwasema bahase. Na editorial no say nurses wahala. Na semina ne say ya training nurses bebre. Aban here nurses bebre. And yet financial clearance I de ma aban na adwuma for betimi employ omo no emfa bi emma omo. O say eyade a eha ne say enkwara na wie school omunya ba bi enkoye adwuma. Obi a watani nurse de yinsusu so bekwa akoton ade ne nurse na na obedie openti na okoye hospital ho beko na yenya nipa nanso so nurse fo no so binum egufie enti se sika ne yeni a yempebi health facilities ne so a yentetrem ebi se yare na de omfa ho se ye doso anasa
ebeba
the insight asema ode atudwa no afia to aso
story I would buy inside the Obokrata and Monona me bosom anka for psychiatric nursing training college Cape Coast emu mpanyimfo aban say wo mehwe wo mo na dormitories na emu susua na edisuafo na boa peso ewo ho we dormitories ne so to nchen classrooms ne so ye ma ebuso e ma wo ho chi omo papa e no se ba bi a ema ene mema nyina egu nsuo na wo mo eye omo yie na niema enko yie ewo ho ansa na computer laboratory che se dabre ne ye kete enti ama wo ho e chi omo pa e na omo hia cars nso a omo de bedi dwuma da ne da enti omo sese aban entwenani na enmani wiye wo mehwe wo mo anye saade a ahoche e na wo mo ennemu
wanka waka anka for no
anka for
na machine
kama chest story bi mu so kata fe to so mi nsa o
okay
osofo
all right okay to aso David to aso
oh okay osofo hwenkitan udi hu nsam so esla uso ekufo e na wo ka se nkofo bi keka e na MPP aban bai na onye hwe e na aban ne bai na onye hwe no se saafo na omo ka se aban ne nye hwe no oh ai omo se aban ne nye hwe no aban ne nye hwe no aban no aye bibi enti e wo se omo ehu na so omo hu so dia na tese sebi uhu ade yi asam no kan na mi hu kan
yo jai o matias
so we call daily so call kata fa to so mi san kan story
if you so call daily dispatcher or the feature bi aba ho na also report on how Israel became a world leader in agriculture and water na if you so hwe Ghana pa wonim say baby a mete ya gu fom ho nyina
oh okay ya gu ho nyina
enso so baby kakra bi anwea bi wo na no ye di watermelon na ye tu gu fom ho
efifi
brade nyame
wow
na ko hwese de watermelon no ba ko boy ne kese tie nie
enya kwan abonyina
e wo concrete no nchen bisa so it tells us say
ya sas ne fertile emre kama eye fogo
yedi hia pa na ya me ni amra
ebe
ha yempi wo hu de bembiem na ye bobo so no bobo so far
so good
daily dispatch say focus on 200 constituencies what shall say say do say be ya kopum say beto aba no say ningo pram how will ET and George Food help NPP or say Sam George NET mensa omunta wantawa no kwan ben so ne be fa so aboa ma MPP fo e de afa ho e de akọ no ya asema so omuka kwan ya be fa so aboa na de me di say hona na omunim JDM review strategy for NDC's 2020 campaign so ewo ha say fia ye keka ko nyina ne ye ben abato October mu na
daily dispatch chi o say omampanyi dada mahama fe de obefa strategy bi a eye bottom up manifesto 2020 and no de beba enti eno na say wa sha ase na onno call Ghana Medical Association for na say ye be manifesto enti e de na mo pese ye di shem ya fe de otieti o man for na no a no magina some they are building manifesto for Ghana for 2020
I mean it's a good thing
okay.
In fact me ankasa fi me so me church ne ma yenso Ghana for no ye hia na me de ma political parties no ma encourage am for say aban bi obetimi aye say no wato aba no
okay
de ohwa obetimi aye no na wato aba na very very important if you me so me church manifesto bi ne ma Ghana ye hia very important yes na if you me so watwe we yi
atwe me paper mpacho ai
okay and yeah kekama yentie
okay ebusion for obi na share matari fefefe ya mede eye adwuma atari fefefe ya mede eye adwuma Catherine L ono ne pame ede ema me o mal 7 oni achimota mall no e na edi nhwe ni mu mal 7 achimota mall no e na oni ne edi nhwe ni mu obetumi afre no se wo pe bia 0244 818177 0244 8177 ubetumi aplesi order bia ope obepam no fefefe mpo e de amao e na meeting so CK56 beauty salon no so me pony kama omo wachi mota Kingsbury roundabout on Sanifa so wa okwa hairstyle bia opebia on basis fefefe nti me da omo ase ti
mpaboa no kan so unato so no mu
oh ti
me ana mama okwan o
de me da si
sa ana mo am kasa mfanto so
oh So mafa me dada pa bede me di gina ho nyina na mafa. Me ti we so mafa. Eno de efi he ya despite media and the share me.
Sir. Despite boutique.
Enye bad.
Enye bad.
Enye bad.
Me ko fa na me de abie.
Eno ano no. Enye bad.
Na me ti ano.
Despite boutique.
Yes.
And the share me.
Wa ya kan say na odimika ko ye chiwade de be yo.
Oh, me register oti. Ke yam pini o.
Yam pini say I say me boutique.
Boutique. Share.
Boutique.
Papa. Me das. Catherine L yidi yem apam ne fine. Inti mile 7 ho opposite mall no kwa. There upe bia when fefe edi amo wepen bia mate
heavy
that's it.
Oh, you're tough.
Thank you.
Romeo Kwaba
Tiki
all my fans na
champion Tiki
I feel all the animal
champion Tiki
fans no fans come fans na man
oh that be so yeah the
fans na
champion Tiki champion Tiki
Randy no use diesel engine
so
you was starting a kakra Iman use gas ono de ono no chance happen just fire Randy de to that
and no Randy de na
asana ni asi
oh yeah
say you fire as a pen
I'm going to say champion Tiki heavy lawyer
it is bibi wom bibi baby
sa bibi aye pede
the crack say
bibi
all right let's say that's what ball na
oh that be
Champions League this week
and Champions League no let's yasha say that me fan say ko bring te almost aba and omobo
eno ya mo obi amo
that be eno Monday and omo ebo and then ochina into the Champions League Champions League champions Liverpool have
any PSG
oh as usual Liverpool we can there see the move face so
but it was quite a good game
fine okay we ni mo
na mo de ehia
oh of course sisi ade bibi a kire say mo fredi kan
but mo ye na nkire buo mo atoto papa so ayenku amayire bo tan no so ni hwe
na say mo si obi antimi hyamo
obi ankasa
sana mo kan
obi ankan ye that time
enka ye boy hu mode ni ahyamo ba ko pe na
mo go kura VR begina echi
oh da be da go
ansa na echi mu ansa na ye ji ato
oh da be go there
ye de no ye bo wi ape obi ankasa ye nko hwehwe
oh mo ko hwe
Dala na no
VR
man hwe de
oh VR referee no
and this mo de na gina ho be say 2 hours no
o say de na foul na esi won finfin ho no and na no mo hwe enya goal no de it was perfect.
Na say foul no buy ansa na
say enam foul no so na
goal no buy
say
yes so the foul bi
obo mistake origi and the farm ko
but say obi anim say enya ade a o win no matches nyina
oh yeah
you know so what me akọ ball no ya mo no Anfield Old Trafford no akọ draw
my idea my idea
e dey biem enti na me nya ma na so
they say they mo no champions nti e
cancer
oh some we Champions League champions
oh of course I don't there so me ringtone UEFA for you know na me ba madam bia ne boafu na me se ne wo be bre because I feel I'm going to be beji
sa that's why no
I feel me be di ho ache am nkomo say award na menya na me ye hwehwe ni mu ankopim sa afe be so
afa so kwai be san ya okay fm ye be yes ah
enti Romeo to as well
me da city game to us in fast sports no Emma Ghana for Nano Pasida Edikano enko Emma this way chocolate drink as you do here no enwa ene won so share sound so no special ice and special drinks ni nyina wo mo ebu echidom den near the sports no atwa so ene anope de ama Ghana for afi yedikan na yenkopie mu ewo achem tafo eho ena golf invitational tournament eno etimi eba so o saje for amotia ofo pani wono the tournament a golf enom de share so UTV sports yekopie mu ewo tafo
2019 Ochenhene Invitational Golf Tourney ni na abaniwie na wachwe ya ewo achimtafo na wohwe golf tournament course no dia over 90 top golfers anomde omo ehyemu ana obian modembo no ewo srie pa na se hwe golf tourney a enura eba ne wie ewo achimtafo no dia na impenifo ede hye Ochenhene osagefo amoetia ofuripeni enunyam ewo 20 years awaba abetena akonya eso eruntina ama golfers ahodo musia kan obia awiata so ekwan bia so no obekọ kodense ne be ya prizes ahodo a eda akensin eso no ne nsa ebetumi aka nanso se na akense bia emu no ba kopɛ etumi edi nkunim enti no golf tourney ni na eba ne wie no abrante ne din ede Christopher Mbi ono ane di nkunim omu ampenifo ebo na baso sa enso na emma afem no Bayo ne din ede Constance Awuni ono nso ane bon ho modern ewumu a odi nkunim emampenifo ebon abaso ewo mmema category ni emu no Kofi Achene etoso emienu emro ye 38 points sa esna ekonyako enso etoso emiensa ono nso ye 37 points ana Kofi Yeboa etoso 9 ono ye 36 points mmema group B emu nso Nash entry edi nkunim Kofi Jima etoso emienu Mike Edujemfi etoso emiensa ana Nana ya Banfo enso etoso 9 na emra golf tourney ni na nso eba ne wian impenifo ebo golfers omusi aka wo mu ni na abaso na nso se na tibian e wose ba kopɛ edi nkunim e wose akensin emu na nso ni na emu no prizes ahodro ekɔ Edmam Rante ene baba wo modimbo esueni e wo 2019 Ochenhene Invitational Golf Tourney a eba ne wie e wo achimtafo na wotwe ewie ya.
NTA free air golf no yenkopie mo ewo Ghana Football Association elective congress enra debate eba so nebom ansa na debate no ebeba so no normal to regional chairman elections no ewie Greater Accra Samuel Abobre aye bonomra ne efren Qatar wono ene odi nkunim na opache se wabe obeboa se ne be Greater Accra wo mo football no ebefa no ntomapa efra.
I said my first priority is to relocate the office. The office the RF is operating now doesn't befit Greater Accra. So that would be my first priority in office. A lot of clubs have been complaining about our office. Even the chairman don't have his privacy, the vice chairman don't have his privacy, and even the secretary. They are all in one room, which I think is not good. At least we have to get a spacious place that at least a chairman will have his privacy by having his own office, and maybe the secretary and the vice chairman. So that would be my first priority, to relocate the office. Oh, at least about 6 months. One is about introduction letter. They want to do it via email now. Maybe a club in Adan need an introduction letter to the embassy. You need not to walk or take a break from Adan to Accra to do it. It's just via email. We just print it, do it, send it to the FA, then the FA send it to the club. That's the second priority. The third one is that I'm going to introduce a league system called a rotational league. Like in Greater Accra, we have about four zones. Zone 1 is from Tema, Ashiama, and Adan. Maybe in week 2, we'll rent Tema Sports Stadium. And all the matches, that week matches, we play there. We invite the media to cover, to be live on Facebook. We'll brand the place, and maybe the clubs that don't have maybe video footages after every game, we just give them a copy of the footage so that you use it for marketing.
We any Nsroma Qatar wono ekanti Greater Accra womo a new chairman any Qatar or Ghana Football Association na wetimi aboa ama enema akoyi afi kopie mu our big match no eno the presidential debate eno na etimi eba so na 5 aspirant womo nyina ede omo nsem atudwa. First question I buso mo say edebe eno betimi ayese ne be ya ye football ye local league na ye product no ye betimi enya sponsors na omo betimi abeboa ama ni nyina enso etimi akoyi na no ket ekobi wakasai kama na naya amposa enso ekasai kama Amanda Clinton wono oba wono nko a na oda emema no entem wono so ekasai lawyer George Ankuma enso epiemu ednesem etudwa ansana Fred Papo a former Ghana Football Association vice president wono so ekopiemu a womo nyina ede omo nsem no etudwa. UTV Sports ekopiemu yenhwe di epiemu ewo debater eno eba so ewo nkran.
By this, an efficient secretariat, a fully functional marketing department, a fully functional communications department, a fully functional human resource department, a fully functional technical directorate. Plus, when we offer our clubs the basic infrastructural and logistical support, which includes but not limited to footballs, health insurance, boots, good training pitches, ultimately, we would succeed in our repositioning strategy. What do I mean by this? The image of the sport is tainted, so clearly the direct consumers are not consuming the product we are offering. Corporate Ghana is not paying attention. But when we get the basics right, and we have a fully functional marketing department, communications department, we should be able to find the right personnel to have the right fit, i.e. the companies, and to put the right documentations, i.e. proposals together.
There is a reason why the tomatoes at Mokola sells less than that of ShopRite. It's an issue of packaging. I am going to enroll our leagues on internationally acclaimed video analytical platforms and statistical platforms where player fees can be backed by facts and figures. I'm also going to ensure that there is proper packaging of our players. There's proper marketing of our players. I'm going to ensure that there are seminars like Y Scout, Insta Scout, where we invite sports business, mind you, at the Doma Park, and the Diana versus Olympics at the Emirates Stadium, same settings. You realize that you want to watch the well packaged one. So it's important that one, the football is well packaged to attract the right fees. It's important that we attract the right people to see our games. It's important that our videos can be readily available on platforms so that somebody who is in UK, Holland, Germany can watch games directly without coming to Doma to see that young boy there. It is also important that we develop the players well so that they are well matured. It's also important that the clubs are able to retain players. And I'm going to institute a standard FA contract that cuts out the mythical sign-on fees, which overburdens the clubs, and they are unable to pay players well, and the players end up in, what's the name? Ethiopia, Zambia, etc. It is important that we structure our contracts well to protect the clubs and also protect the players.
TV rights and all manner of sponsorship cannot be attracted when we have serious integrity and credibility issues. We're talking about individual or personal credibility or integrity. We are talking about corporate credibility. These are all things that we rank or score very low as an association. So definitely for me, the first point of intervention, which is going to attract my energies and my concentration, will be to go to the very core of the issues which are denting our credibility and our integrity as an association. We would have to look at issues of transparency. We have to look at issues of accountability. We have to look at issues of openness. You did mention start times and other forms of sponsorship. The question to ask is that how have we treated those sponsorships? Are we going or handle ourselves in a manner that will be satisfactory to the sponsor and then to attract other sponsors? It's a bit refreshing that we've been able to get sponsors for this event. But it goes to say that if you put your house in order, you go a very long way. Now coming to the practical things, we would have to ensure that our product that we are going to seek TV rights and TV sponsorship are marketable. You will not see a TV rights sponsor happy to have his name associated with a game where you have all manner of fans chasing people with sticks and cudgels and knives and things like that.
Raising money, I think definitely we can't look towards the old model, tickets.
Anyway, any presidential debate about so nyame aduma Friday and Ifiada and Ghana Football Association elective congress baso beto aba ebenya new Ghana Football Association president nemom ya wada na ESCO council elections baso ansana the presidential elections the BPMBA UTV Sports ya the update ebema Ghana for nyina afi ending kopiemu our Europe Ballon d'Or awards second batch of nominees womo edi aba womo purchase Van Dijk a oshiakan Emma Liverpool ne din apiemu den enyo no nko a ohwe Liverpool players so Sadio Mane enso edin apiemu Mohamed Salah enso edin apiemu Roberto Firmino ono so ajamu den Alexander Arnold a munyina isaka Emma Liverpool wanyadom enso edin